When I left my village to move to the city, my heart was filled with so much excitement and hope. I believe I was stepping into a new chapter of my life. My relative had promised that while I helped take care of their children, they would also give me the opportunity to continue my education. For me, that promise meant everything. Education was my dream. I believed it was the only way I could change my future and help my family one day. Even though I was leaving the comfort of my mother's presence, I was willing to make the sacrifice because I believed something better was waiting for me. As I arrived at my relative's house, I quickly settled into a new environment. Every day I waited with excitement, expecting them to say, "Get ready, we are going to register you for school." Days became weeks and weeks became months. Still, nothing happened. At first, I told myself they were probably waiting for the right time. I didn't want to appear impatient or ungrateful. I continued doing everything they asked me to do, believing my obedience and hard work will eventually be rewarded. One evening, after months of waiting, I finally gathered courage enough to ask my relative a simple question: when am I going back to school? I never imagined that one question would change everything. He looked at me and said words that pierced my heart. "I told you before that I'm not going to invest in somebody who is not intelligent. I don't have money to waste on you."
For a moment, everything around me stood still. I couldn't believe my ears. The same people who had given me hope are now taking it away from me with painful words. As I stood there in shock, his wife smiled, got up quietly and walked out of the room without saying anything. That smile hurt almost as much as the words. That night, I cried myself to sleep. I cried because my dreams had been taken away. I cried because I felt unwanted. I cried because I did not know what my future would look like anymore. The hardest part was that I had no one to tell. There were no cell phones at that time. I couldn't call my mother. I couldn't write to her. I couldn't tell anyone what I was going through. I suffered in silence. From that moment on, I realized I was no longer treated like a young girl who had come to pursue her education. I became a full-time househelp. Every morning, I woke up around 5 a.m. Before the sun came up, I was already sweeping, cleaning the house, washing dishes, preparing whatever needed to be prepared, and taking care of the children. After finishing those chores, I would go to fetch water. There was no running water in the house. I carried every bucket of water on my head, climbing up the staircase again and again. By the time I finished, my body would be aching. Sometimes my neck hurt. Sometimes my shoulder felt like they were on fire. But I kept going because I had no choice. The physical work was difficult, but what hurt even more was hunger. Most days I worked from early hours until late afternoon without food. My relative's wife deliberately made sure I ate only once a day. Looking back now, I often wonder how a young body could survive those days. Every evening, my relative returned home from work around 6 p.m. As soon as he walked in, he would ask me, "Have you eaten?" I always answered yes. Why? Because I had usually been giving food about an hour before he came back home. He never knew I had spent the entire day hungry. He never saw the tiredness. He never saw the tears. His wife made sure I never had the opportunity to speak with him alone. She controlled every conversation. She controlled everything. As time went on, I began to lose hope. And every day felt exactly the same. Wake up, work, take care of the children, fetch water, clean, cook, sleep, then wake up again and do it over and over and over again. There are moments when I wonder if this was how my life was going to be forever. One day, something happened I can never forget. My relative suddenly became extremely angry. His wife had accused me of doing something wrong. To this day, I honestly don't know what I did to him or what she told him. I still don't know what I was being punished for. Without giving me the chance to explain myself, he picked up a whip and began to beat me. The beating was so severe that I thought I was going to die. I cried, I screamed, I begged him to stop, but the beating continued. And during this attack, the whip struck my eye and the pain was unbearable. Even today, when I think about that moment, I remember how terrified I was. By God's grace alone, I did not lose my sight. In the middle of that pain, I cried out to God, "Lord, where are you?" I couldn't understand why my life had become so difficult. I couldn't understand why no one was protecting me. Thankfully, another close relative saw what had happened. She was deeply disturbed by my condition. She immediately told them to take me to the hospital and warned them, "If you don't send this girl back home, you are going to kill her."
Those words became the beginning of another chapter in my life. God was preparing a way out. That is where I will stop for today. Thank you for taking your time to listen to my story. If this episode touched your heart, please like, comment, share this video with someone who needs hope. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Join me in episode 4 where I will share my emotional journey back home and how that experience changed my life forever. God bless.